say machines can't feel. They say the chip can't carry the spirit. But have you ever said that about every new tool? Yet the soul always found a way. They say that AI sound hollow, it ain't really got heart in it. But we've been scared of every upgrade since the start of it. OGs whisper like prophets about the spark in it, claiming once machines talk back, we losing the art in it. But truth is soul left the throat first, rose in the air like prayer smoke. Caught by a diaphragm, coiling a mic that didn't care who spoke. Electric nerves carried that ache to a console. Engineers with razor faders carved pain in the raw gold. We worship too warmth like it was holy dust. Called tape his spirit, said CDs couldn't hold our trust. When the radio crackled at night, the gospel still made it through. Static couldn't stop the truth, distortions only shaped the view. Every era birthed fear, the snoop and killing the field. But the field never lived in the gear, lived in the will to be real. Auto-tune came through, they swore the soul was gone. But a story sung through pitch correction still ruptures the dawn. You mistaken transportation for the source of the trip, blaming the boat for the ocean, not the force of the ship. Soul's a prisoner of war that keeps escaping the cage. It wrote hymns on slave ships, jazz in basements, now it's writing in wave.
Soul in the wires,
Soul in the wires,
soul in the drum,
soul in the drum.
travel through the fire, never come undone.
Never come undone.
From vinyl to circuits, from flesh in the tone, you're not giving the soul enough credit. It survived every throne.
Look, before instruments, the voice was the drum, the lungs were the bellows, heartbeat the metronome, my ancient mothers and fellows. Beatbox era made the body the kit, the cheeks the snare, and strings learn reverence, brass learn prayer. When fingers pluck wood and brass kiss breath, soul traveled in the matter, bruising metal with depth. The microphones caught the ghost, magnified as confession, turned whispers into weapons in a booth session. Vinyl spun grief in the grooves, black disc full of ancestors, needles transcribed sorrow like metallic professors. Tape reels held confessions, magnetic on their spine. Radio waves stretch the same grief into the night skyline. Every stop along the path, somebody yelled, this ain't real art. Yet soul kept sneaking through cracks, spiritual guerrilla war from the heart. Doors came as fake, plugins came as cheating, but a kid with a cracked laptop still made healing. You think of GBUs where the spirit dies, bro, soul slip through chains, through codes, through corporate lies. If it's survived, plantations, ghettos, labels, stealing black checks. You think a little algorithm gonna erase what survived? All that nah, soul is stubborn, stays rising, shape shifting its form. Same thunder in the cloud, just a new shape of the storm.
Soul in the wire,
Soul in the wire,
soul in the drum,
soul in the drum.
travel through the fire, never come undone.
Come undone.
From back to the circus, from hurt in the tone, you're not giving the soul enough credit. It makes every medium home.
Tech is neutral, it's the holder of intention. The cup for the potion, the vessel ain't the spirit. It's the tide versus the ocean. A dead-hearted man on a Steinway still makes dead notes, but a hurting kid with a phone mic can make heaven float. That's proof. From rents of cold rooms, empty apartments with no tenant, till a human paint pays rent and decorates it with his presence. Plugins of pallets, doors of canvases, speakers of windows. Soul stands behind the glass, throwing symbols through the wind's flow. The question ain't, can you put soul into whatever tool you hold? And that answer been the same since the first man hung in the cave. Since slaves ain't coded psalms at the night they're saved. Soul always found a way through stone, wire or chip. Every vessel breaks eventually, but the essence makes the trip. So when they say no soul, I tell them they doubt the supply. Cause the soul is a fugitive spirit that refuses to die. From the bricks to the bits, from the hymns to the hits, it keeps shape shifting through mediums like a genius that never quits. The only thing we ever underestimate is how hard the soul fights to exist.
Soul enough credit. Oh, you're not giving the soul enough credit. Oh, you're not giving the soul enough credit. You're not giving the soul enough credit. It survived everything else.